I try and put it in?
Welcome to the YipYapYop podcast, where we start on one topic, have no further ideas before we come in here, and see where we end up. I'm Finn Dubois.
I'm Big D.
Colin Clark.
Alright, so let's start off. Hey guys, how was your day today?
Pretty splendid.
Yeah, because I've seen you made up a new way to play slope with your toes. Can you dive into that a little bit?
Well, so first, I had been playing. I don't know. We were filming a video. We were trying to sell some shoes, so I had to take my shoes off, and I decided just to leave them off for. I don't know, it's been a few hours now. And so I first started. Let me show. So I'd use my foot, and I'd move around the mouse, so I could click stuff. It took me forever to log in, and then I decided to take the keyboard down and put it on the ground and play slope with my toes. My record's 13.
Yeah, so I'm just not sure where your head's at when stuff like this comes up. Can you tell me how something like this?
I'm just on a different plane. I'm like beyond the rest of you.
Like a beyond intellectual?
Yeah, you guys don't understand. Like my brain power is just exponentially larger than yours.
Looks like we're getting some thunder outside, which is good because that means the smoke will
Lightning.
finally go away.
All right, how was your day, Colin?
What was that? I don't know. I did nothing. It was boring.
What was boring?
The fact we didn't do anything in my classes.
And as you guys, some of you may notice, we're missing, the most talkative person in the group, Barry and Blood Gang.
We
Rest
missed
in
it.
peace.
Harry Gilman. I'll take a 5-second moment of silence for Barry. All right, thank you guys. Thank you. Clap it up. Clap it up. We tried to get a fourth member, but he was being held.
Yeah, he was being a little bit of an idiot, not wanting to join right next to me on my left.
He would have been on my side.
Well, but you would have been here.
Well, I would have been over here. He would have been here.
Yeah.
No, he would have been here. And then I
You would
would've
be
been
over there, though. We have the middle.
Yeah, but he still would have been next to me, though.
Yeah, I guess. Kinda. I was a quarterback every year. Like, I was locking in. Oh, a call. How about we take this call?
Who is
Who's
it?
this from?
Potential spam. Do we answer?
Call it. Open it. Put it
Let's
on.
see.
Put it
Yeah,
on
put it on speaker.
Put it
Put it on speaker.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak in camera?
Yeah, you're speaking.
Hi, this is Chris Malaysia with Sherman. I'm calling about the extra benefits and options surrounding your health plan with insurance marketplace. How are you doing today?
Can you repeat that again?
This is Chris Malaysia with Insurance. I'm calling you about the extra benefits and options surrounding your health plan with insurance marketplace. Since plans and benefits are constantly being updated, people's qualifications change regularly. If we find something that you qualify for or benefit from when it comes to your money or insurance, at the very least you would like to know it exists.
Sorry. One more time. I didn't hear that. Hello.
I'm calling you about the extra benefits and options surrounding your health plan with insurance marketplace. Since plans and benefits are constantly being updated, people's qualifications change regularly. If we find something that you qualify for or benefit from when it comes to your money or insurance, at the very least you would like to know it exists. Right, Mr. February?
Yeah, that makes sense. So, what do I qualify for?
Sir, I'm here to connect you with your Washington license agent. I have your phone name.
My washing machine?
February. Your Washington license agent. Yes, Washington State, sir.
Oh,
I have
Washington.
your full name at Cameron February. You still?
I already did my laundry this week, so I'm not sure that I really need a new washing machine.
No, sir, this is not regarding washing machine or something. I'm talking about the state, Washington.
Yeah, the state of my washing machine is fine. I do not need a new one. So, like, I'm not...
talking about your state, Washington.
Oh, my state of Washington?
And the zip code I have for you is 98122, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And just so you're aware, our calls are monitored and recorded for quality.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Information provided will be used to determine your needs and what you qualify for.
Yeah.
And by any chance, do you qualify for any of state-offered insurances?
Yeah, I think I qualify for.
Medical or Medicare?
Yeah, I think I qualify for all of that.
Let me tell you what's the qualification criteria. Like Medicaid is state assistance for people who are on low income, and Medicare is for people who are older than 65 or having any sort of permanent disability. So
Well,
do you qualify for
I
any of these
actually
criteria?
I have autism. Does that help me qualify for anything?
Yeah, you. And hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello,
Hello?
hello,
Hello? Hello?
hello, Mr. Fabry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Hello? 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 Aww, he hung up.
No.
Alright, good call.
Anyways,
Have a good
Honestly, for a bit, we had a fourth member.
call.
mean,
Yeah, that's true.
Not
We did get a
bad.
fourth member.
Random Indian scammer guy.
Dude, I had half the time I had no idea what he was saying.
Yeah.
No, I was just trying to.
Can you say that again? Like 4 times? And he did.
Dude, that was crazy.
I mean, he quality monitored that shit, so it's just on Daniel's phone forever. He'll probably call him every day now.
Oh, you got a new friend.
Yeah, actually, plus one friend.
We'll have to bring him back to the podcast at some point.
Mhm.
We'll have to call him.
And the feature, you know.
Dude, another time that Barry and Blood Gang is gone, we'll just call him up. Hey, do you wanna stick around? We're filming a podcast right now. We were just talking about brain rot. What do you think?
Talking about Skibbity Toilet. What's your opinion on that?
You know,
What's your opinion?
he really wanted me to buy a new washing machine. I couldn't. I just didn't.
Yeah,
really
you
want
thought the state of your washing machine was not.
to. But it was
good.
fine. Like it's literally fine. Like I,
Probably
But it
knows
could be
more than
better.
you do.
I do
It could be
not
better.
need a
I think I
new
kinda see
washing
where he's
machine
going.
at all.
Or do you? Maybe you do.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Frederica thinks that I do. I think.
I thought aren't we Mr. Frederica?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I forgot that that's me. Sometimes I forget stuff like that. But yeah, that was a W call. It's glad that we got to introduce him to the podcast. Hopefully, we'll get to bring him back later because he was a good member.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure. Like he was talking about insurance. How would you fall for one of those scams? Like, what even makes you think that that's real?
If you're old, I don't know. It's
I feel like old people,
like,
we
always
can
fall.
barely understand it. I feel like old people would have no idea what they're saying.
Here's the thing. I feel really bad for like the actual Indian people, like with an accent that work for the IRS, because every single time they call someone, scammer, scammer, they hang up. Then those people get like it's just trouble. If you have an Indian accent, you cannot do that job because of all the scammers.
Not for like Microsoft, who like a lot of their call old people are Indian, bro, but they always be helpful though. They always be super helpful.
But yeah, you just think it's a scammer just because of the accent. It's
That's
not.
bad.
Yeah, I'm glad he got to be on the podcast. Hopefully, later date, we'll see if he'll pick up our call. Maybe later today. But so far, we've missed our guy Barium. Normally he's the one that carries the talking in this podcast. I wonder if he's at like a JV golf tournament today or something.
You might be.
I mean, that's typical. That's where he was last time he missed a day of school. Barium loves golf and he loves track, even though he never makes varsity. But it's okay, Barium.
Stuff.
We still love him.
We'll tell him to not watch this one.
We'll tell him to watch this one
True.
in full, because they're all bangers. If only there was some other person, but that's okay. Anyways, we haven't started our brain rot portion of this podcast yet. I think we're about to get ready to that. Colin, do you want to kick us off with something? Typically, you're the expert on this.
I don't know. What do you mean?
We normally get into a point where we start having brain rot just come out. I figured that you'd have something to say.
All right. So do you think that you can mob without mewing, or is that required?
I think they're the same. Well, no.
Well,
Mewing.
That's a crazy take.
Mewing is, strengthening your jawline, but I think mogging is just mewing at somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you have W Riz, I feel like you could mog an alpha if you had a positive Canthal tilt. Maybe if you got a low taper fade, you could Riz it Livy done
True.
like Baby Ground.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not.
Yeah, the brain rot portion of this podcast is going quite well.
All right, should we also start the portion of the podcast where, we have the point system, the try not to laugh.
No,
Me and Daniel did not get a point. We both laughed last time. Colin picked up a point, Barry
Logged
picked
in.
up a point, but Garrett can obviously not get a point because he's not here.
Rest in peace.
We will start that now. We will start the try not
All
to
right,
laugh. I mean, you
You
can
know.
say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to make each other laugh.
It doesn't mean
So-
touch me.
Get your hands off me.
Whoa.
Serious right now, Mike.
We need a new topic.
Was
That was a
that,
laugh.
was that a laugh?
That was low key laugh.
It was a little chuckle. Alright, Daniel can only earn 0.5 of a point now.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
that was like a half laugh.
That was a half laugh. I don't know. Anyone have anything to say?
I can't say anything that won't make myself laugh. What were we talking about? Brain
You know,
rot?
this kid literally, like, I 100% guarantee you anything he was going to say was not going to be funny. Besides.
No, it was gonna be funny to me, and that was gonna be only it.
So say it.
I forgot something
Oh
brain
my God.
rot.
We are
skibbity
literally
or something.
hours into this podcast, bro.
It's tough. It's something about Harry Gilman.
I know.
Without Harry Gilman,
It's
there's
like
Yeah, very
He brings it back.
You know, like he always talks. He always asks all the questions. Yeah, he's kind of the glue that holds this team together. Like it's sad,
Sure.
but it was either like I'm group leader, and I was gonna be gone on Friday, so like you just can't do a podcast without group leader. Like if that's kind of an issue.
yeah.
So you know, we had to do it today, or we weren't gonna have group leader. Which, you know, how do you feel about my position as group leader? What do you think of that?
I mean, I just don't think there's anyone else who's right for the job. I think I think I have too high levels. You know,
Yeah,
I've got the highest of levels, so I feel like I can't be group
But you're
leader.
not even wearing shoes right now.
And then I don't think Colin could really be group leader because
He's not in the group is kind of the issue.
Oh,
That's kind of the issue. What about Big K? I mean, maybe the levels again is kind of
yeah,
an
I
issue.
think his levels are probably arguably higher than mine.
I think I'd say they're a little higher.
Yeah, but he's not even in this class.
Yeah, that makes his levels even more.
actually, that's true. That's true.
you know,
It would have been cool.
It was absent as you.
Keaton isn't
he's
fit
not
because
in
he
the
doesn't
class.
show up to the job
Yeah.
of group leader enough. He wouldn't be here to lead us. You know, like I think electing me was the right move by the boys.
don't
I mean, it wasn't
don't
really an
remember
election,
voting
but-
for this.
It was kind of a dictate. I kind of rose to power.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but
His military strength. Actually, Big K could be group leader just by how strong he is.
yeah, but he's a little bit of a gay. Like we got to think about that too.
Do you think if you and Big K were mad enough at each other, do you think you'd fight?
I don't think I'd ever fight Big Jot. I mean, I think
But I just don't think Big K would be able to bring himself to do it because even when they were like the Keystone Kids are just being annoying and just like climbing on him, he just didn't care. He wouldn't do anything. I mean, he
I-
cared. He didn't.
I just don't think Big K has the mindset to ever fight. Like I just couldn't see him doing it.
I think he would do the best in a fight because he's just buffer than all of us. But I think
He's too nonchalant, you know.
But like
Yeah.
his mindset would not be there. He'd be like worried about the other person. I
He
feel like
would.
I'd just be going.
he would be able
Like
to
I'd just be reacting.
And then I don't think I would.
And I don't see Big K ever throwing the. I don't see myself really fighting unless I was like. I feel like someone would kind of have to provoke me. Like I wouldn't provoke them into a fight.
Like the biggest fight I've ever been in was with my brother a few
Yeah.
times.
You know, that's
Throwing
it's
some-
classic when you have a brother. I mean, my sister, I kind of always just beat her. Well,
I mean, I can relate.
all right, so that would be a laugh. You have 0 points. Did Colin laugh? Phantom
No.
camera operator. Did we see a laugh? All right, we did see a laugh.
Oh, hey.
So I got a point. I'll let you guys. We'll take like to the end of this podcast. If you can get me to laugh, I will lose my point still.
All right.
But yeah, I feel like my sister would always make me mad, and then I'd hurt her, and then I'd get in trouble for it, and it happened quite a bit.
I'd beat up my little sister, but her tactic to fight me back was to scratch me, and my arms would be like bleeding
No, that's
from scratching me so much.
Cheat move.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, I used to get bit by my sister.
That's
quite
crazy.
a bit.
I don't think any of my siblings ever were like biters. I don't
Yeah.
think they ever bit each other.
You can-
Unless it was like I've got her in like a headlock or something, and she like bites my arm or something. Maybe.
You know, I didn't like ever really get in a formal fight with my sister, but what my sister did used to do was like hurt me until I hurt her, and then start crying, because it was a really good strat. Like, because I got in trouble, and she
Yeah.
you never figured out about her hurting me. Like, because I knew I couldn't do anything, but then she'd make me so mad that I like did something, I'd get in trouble. Like, she was smart about that.
Classic younger sisters.
You know, younger siblings
You know,
are actually.
How about you, Colin? You have a younger brother and an older brother. Do you fight?
Not recently. When we were little, we used to fight a lot. It was just like messing around though. It wasn't like, you know, fighting. Except for like one time that Chris like stole my phone, and you kept like putting the password in over and over again, so you try and like lock it out, and then I like punched him in the face, and he started
You
like
punched him over a phone.
Yes,
Dude, my brother
he's
was
punched me over less.
when I fought my brother the hardest, I think was when I don't know, I was just like sitting on our couch. It was like it was late, but this was a few years ago, and I was just watching something on my data, and my brother was like, "Give me your phone," because he just wanted to like for some reason connect to my data, and we actually just like started throwing hands. I wasn't punching that much, but I was more like just trying to grab him because I've always been bigger and have more mass, so I was just able to like kind of hold him down, but he did like hit me a few times.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting that you guys just started throwing hands after he just said, "Give me your phone."
He was trying to take it out of my hand.
Understandable.
Like I was just holding. it, like, I
How
was
recent
using
is this?
This was a few years ago.
A few years ago. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
yesterday.
And you were
This was
probably
last night.
a little taller than him even
Yeah.
a few years ago.
I've been taller than Greg. Like, I guess he was taller than me for a few years because he was just born before I was.
Yeah.
And then I think he was taller than me 1 year when we were both like.
He was he was a senior when we were freshmen, or was
Yeah,
he
he's a sophomore in college right
Yeah.
now.
No, so
And he is not doing the work.
Was he a senior when we were a sophomore or a freshman?
Sophomore?
Yeah, because last year would have been his freshman year, yeah. So he's class of 2023, Gregorius.
Mhm.
The soccer players talk about him a little bit. They say that he was kind of garbus, unfortunately. But he always tried, at least. Like, they remember him. They put him on JV as a senior, which is not something that is very good.
Well, Greg was pretty mad because they put him on JV as a senior, but then Colton, whatever his name was, I think was just worse, and he was the year above Greg, and they played him all the time, even though he was pretty bad as well. I think the coaches were also just kind of dumb. They just didn't play Greg much because he was just like late sometimes.
Yeah, they kind of do that to Andrew Standard now.
Yeah.
But the soccer team's come a long way because we didn't win a conference game for like 5 years. Right now, we haven't lost a conference game, so kind of locked in.
Yeah.
Well, I think that sums up the Yip Yap podcast for today. Check out our website. We got a Colin. Do you want to plug that?
Oh yeah, YipYapYopProductions.com. The website.
Well,
It's not done yet.
yeah, not
As
the
of,
website's not done, but we will be putting these podcasts and other videos we've made up on there to view them. I think that'll probably be the only place you can see them. I think that's a wrap.
Thank you.